Happy New Year. Welcome back to the Wanda Lewis Show. So pleased that you're tuning in, listening in. Perhaps you're on the internet. We just want to say thank you. And by we, I mean the team that brings this program to you weekly, monthly. We're talking about Ernestine, Standberry, Alan, and Billy in the back. I've got some folks who are always here helping me out in the front, and just wanted to say thank you to you. By the time you're watching the show, I believe it's going to be Black History Month. So I want to say we are going to focus today on this show, the Wanda Lewis Show, on dreams. Dreaming big, thinking outside of the box, making sure that you understand that your dreams can become your reality. And with that being said, I am so excited to bring to you today Mr. Kenneth M. Hennings. Mr. Hennings, hello and welcome to the Wanda Lewis Show.
Good evening, Wanda. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
I am doing great.
Great. I've got a secret I want to share with everyone, that Mr. Kenneth Hennings is actually my business partner and my mentor. He has the most dynamic biography I think I've ever seen, as far as a man who is able to hold on to his dream, to share his vision, to overcome adversity. He's a family man. He's been a professor with the Chicago State University.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hennings, welcome, and will you please share with the listening audience and viewing audience today a little bit more about your vision?
I think I started my vision when I just traveled around and being part of one of the greatest universities in the country and working in the industry, working for people. Early in my life, I just first liked the idea of testing little things, seasonings and things. I just was a cook, and I always liked the idea of there should be a mixture that I like, because it wasn't in the store.
Exactly.
And as I traveled stores, went around, I saw that there was not even an attempt in most of the grocery chain, whatever, to have anything that was directed towards the largest shoppers in the world.
Excellent. So,
and you know, all the stores located in our community and
yes,
everything showed no recognition, no section, no idea. If you wanted to find hair care for something, it might not be here, might be there. Things you just needed, basic things.
Right.
I mean, there was a guy, Chico Foods, had stuff all over the store. He ran the store because he shipped jewel and all they wanted them. If they needed something, whatever it was, they talked to black suppliers, and they didn't know what to do. I mean, just nothing out there addressed itself to our community.
Thank you, Mr. Hennings. And we were just a little bit remiss in not stating that Mr. Kenneth Hennings has owned the largest African-American owned food manufacturing firm in the country. That is his claim to fame. Now, Mr. Hennings, amongst your products that you've brought to market, I know right now I have actually a copy of your red beans and rice,
right?
Which together we put in about 2,000 stores.
Yes, probably.
Including Walmart. Yeah. We were in Jewel, Kroger, you name it.
Yeah.
So tell the audience, sir, some of your innovations. You said that you had a vision.
Yeah.
You wanted to bring products from the home front, Southern style home-based products to market in prepackaged food programs, correct?
Yes. Well, first you had to come up with the idea and the concept of what you needed, and you had to approach the market from the point of view it couldn't be too black.
Oh my.
It had to approach that it was acceptable to the eye of the white consumer or whatever, but primarily for me to get labeling rights and everything, the FTC, all my approvals for my goods that normally take a company 2 or 3 weeks, took me 7 years to be approved.
Wow.
To bring black products to the marketplace. When I first introduced the concept of a frozen dinner, and it was chitlins and all that kind of, they said, are you crazy? And so I said, they're my seasonings. And I had written a book on soul food. I mean, I legitimately am soul food. I wrote every formula, 39 of them, over 144 different kinds of seasonings. But I introduced those things. They sell them everywhere. I mean, I had Frito-Lay, had my flavorings and all that. Never knew it. I made those things, yes, but I never could get financing.
Wow.
And I knew if I could influence and have enough people recognize if he can do it, maybe some others, so more people entered the market with different kinds of things. Finally, they accepted the concept of, yeah, we'll give them an idea of the frozen dinners.
Yes.
And Jewel took them in. After I had to go all over to find them, when they took them, boy, they hit the marketplace, and they did tremendous business.
Yes, they did.
And it was interesting because they didn't know, and I then had a very powerful background of 5 university guys who came on with. We had several names. We had several in around 26 different companies.
Wow. Now, you have the honor of being a University of Chicago Masters of Business Administration graduate. You were one of the first African Americans.
That's correct.
To hold that high esteem, correct?
That's right.
From that university. So you have been able to innovate, implement, and I'm certainly very impressed, and you've given me a lot of direction and guidance as far as how to create a vision where you can create synergies amongst yourself and even your competition.
Yeah.
You have been able to create formulations for folks who really you felt, you know, that were competing against you, but you told me that that is now called co-opetition, right? You were saying, why don't we bring the best of the best together?
I think many times I had to support myself. I think there's not a fast food chain that didn't create something for. I think with the McDonald's, I did the seasoning. We worked on the chicken McNugget, reformulating that for them. The seasoning lines for that. Burger King, the concept of a big sandwich, and the thing that is seasoning for Piazzas for all of the just all of the fast food chains that came to me for the seasoning concepts.
Wow.
And I found out that my seasoning was being bastardized, whatever, but they found that distribution-wise, in terms of people making part of it, so that they didn't cheat on my formula maybe, but there are many companies who kept my formulas.
Yes.
They found I was probably more than 1 billion places in the country had my seasoning in different forms, but I didn't get credit for it.
Well, you know what? They always say that your legacy cannot precede you. Your legacy is still evolving.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
So I want to also talk about your legacy as far as your having been included in the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. What an honor that must have been.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how that evolved?
What happened? The Wall Street Journal,
those articles.
I was heard about some of the things I was doing, and it came from white companies. Said, this man is doing some strange things. And they asked me what was my concept, and I told them, well, we need approval of black products.
Yes.
We need the distribution system, and we need financing. If we had financing, we could do business. But as long as I could create, more companies would emulate and develop, which created more and more markets, which says, hey, what he's done, he's creating new markets for people who have a vision to do something for themselves.
Yes.
So I couldn't do anything legally against any of these people who by formulations, but as I compiled the idea and my concept when I talked to Wall Street Journal, so what we needed was financing. That was the primary thing. If we had financing and we could go for it with the idea of building and owning our own.
Absolutely.
So ownership, and that's been from going back through the years, we've never owned anything.
Right.
And my company is the only one who owns its formulas. And we're registered with we've registered everything with the federal government. We have all of our things registered properly with the USDA. And we're the only company that had all these registrations that said what we were.
And you always had that vision, Mr. Hennings, and I know that you've spent a lot of time mentoring other African-American business owners in the food service industry. Right now, I know our company has varied tiers and umbrellas. Right now we have a retail side where we have food that we put in Walgreens.
That is so important.
Jewel. and others. So then also there's that institutional side. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about your Chicago Public Schools contract and how hard it was for you to get that
we decided,
locked down?
our school kids needed the nutrition, they needed the right things. And not just for them, but for the school system.
Yes.
They showed that our nutrition program things were acceptable, and they gave us contracts to implement where we did start getting contracts from the city of Chicago through the Board of Education. We supplied them with fish.
Yes.
We supplied them with many things. In fact, I was so involved with working with different people, I knew how to price out plates, how you price out a dinner.
Yes.
So I started getting involved. Well, if we produce all that stuff, how many times we going to appear on the actual plate? You're going to buy it from other companies? No, you're going to buy it from us. Because I see that plate, one plate, 900,000 kids a day. Where is our money?
Exactly. So you serviced CPS for what, 15 years?
For 15 years, that's a major part of our income.
Absolutely.
And other institutional companies developed from that.
Yes.
Who emulated again. But the thing is, we did manage to get some control over our formulations to say that if it isn't USDA approved, we're the only USDA. So if you get it, it ain't right.
Okay.
So
and
right.
that is very good to have a good, healthy sense of self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
And this marketplace can be so competitive.
Right.
So I do know that you have worked very closely with developing soul food formulations. Now it's evolved to what, Southern food?
Southern food.
Southern food.
And, yeah, and imagine though, we said, hey, we're gonna go south. We went place, and we said, you know what? We're gonna get into the real thing, more manufacturing. But we were gonna conceive of it. We went south and we established farming.
Okay.
And we now have these 14 farms, and we have. We don't want to tell how many lands and how many farms we now own, and manufacturing facility for our farms. And because of the way the government is so structured, and because they don't account for anything we do, they have no idea of how much what we do through our operation.
And so, you know what, Mr. Hennings, unfortunately, our time is ticking away. So I wanted to just say, I so appreciate your coming out.
Thank you.
We would be remiss if we didn't have you give advice to other aspiring manufacturers so they can control their own destiny and create a legacy such as yours. What would that advice be?
My advice was, hear your president.
Okay.
He said there's room in the system. Own your own.
Yes.
What you do, own it. That is the basis of growth, and within this system, it is now you can do that. You know, that is the problem. You're always going to do this, to do that. Develop partnerships and other people who you can put money together.
Right.
To do the next thing, to do the next thing. Be careful, own your own. As long as that, don't spend and separate your company between personal and the business.
Yes, yes.
Don't spend it from one pot from another. Shut it down. Your personal life, if your personal life, you can't go to the show, can't go to the show, can't go to the movie. Because your business needs the money.
Absolutely.
So that's all. My advice is, once you own, there'll be more pride, and there'll be more development, and and businesses are growing all over the place. You look at little communities that exist. You don't need, they service the whole little community, supplying maybe something somebody needs. They find out. There are box companies all over. Nobody knows. They make paper bags for somebody, just a bag.
Right.
But it's a vision that somebody needs something, and you believe in yourself. That's your vision.
Yes.
The next step is a better vision. Don't give up. If it doesn't work, it's because there's a better day somewhere else.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's it.
That is beautiful. Well, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
For your mentorship, for your tutelage, for sharing your vision, and I want to thank you for coming out today, and look forward to
Wanda, I want to thank
bigger
you
and better
for all the inspiration that you give people and what
you.
you're looking for, and my opportunity to share with you and our listening public a message from the soul man.
Thank you very much. You've been watching the Wanda Lewis Show. We'll be right back. Don't you go away. Thank you. Welcome back to the Wanda Lewis Show. So pleased that you're taking the time to hang out with me today. I want to thank our guest, Mr. Kenneth Hennings. There's plenty more to come from this gentleman. You'll find his products, our products, Southern Chef brand name, in Walgreens and many others. So I wanted to see if today we could focus on dreaming big and having the vision to do so. This is that time when I get to share a little bit of my soul with you for the Wanda's wisdom piece. And I was talking to my mom today. I was like, Ma, I know people are like, why does Wanda get to do this? How does this happen that, this forum is provided to me? I want to say it's because of faith. I want to say it's because I have a vision. And a lot of the people I meet do think outside of the box, do look past the one-dimensional phase, and really do want to create a dynasty, a destiny that is not common. I was doing some reading and I ran across President Barack Obama's autobiography, Dreams from My Father. There's so many poignant phrases in this book, and I'm going to encourage you to purchase this and read it again and again and again. What will your legacy be? We were all born with a purpose, all born to do something great. There's a reason why you're here. So dream big. Don't let people tell you you can't get it done. There's a way to always figure something out. It might not be the conventional way. It might not happen overnight. But dream big and keep on dreaming. I was looking up, and yes, I need my specs here, y'all. Getting a little older. But there was a beautiful poet laureate, Mr. Langston Hughes, who wrote an amazing piece of prose, and I want to read it to you. I want this not to be your story. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it explode? Make sure that your dream doesn't dry up. Make sure that you keep on reinventing yourself, coming up with new ways to get things done. Barack Obama gave his State of the Union address last night, and he came up with some very amazing points of interest and of wisdom for us to all emulate, as Mr. Hennings said. He said, focus on manufacturing, focus on education, focus on that which is good, and make sure that you know that he is a winner. I want to read a little piece that he stated last night. He said, just over a decade ago, I gave a speech in Boston where I said there wasn't a liberal America or a conservative America, a black America or a white America, but a United States of America. Obama said, noting that pundits have pointed out more than once that his presidency hasn't delivered on this vision. Time will yet tell. Barack Obama will go down in history as the first African American president of the most powerful nation in the world. His vision has come to fruition. Whether he's on top or at the bottom, wherever his pollsters state he is and what he's doing or not, he has overcome. So with this being Black History Month, I'm encouraging all of us to go and see the movie Selma. I'm going to go see it this weekend. Certainly these are historic times, but 50 years from now, what will your story be? What will your legacy be? Please continue to dream big. Keep on dreaming. Okay, we'll be right back. Thank you. This is the Wanda Lewis Show. Thank you.
If I should stay, I would only be in of you every step of the way.